Mom is in Control, episode 313. Okay, today is going to be short and sweet. Today is day 5 of the 12 days of mothering, and we're going to talk about the law of cause and effect. So this is the universal law that states for every effect, there is a definite cause. Likewise, for every cause, there's a definite effect. Your thoughts and behaviors and actions create specific... Sorry, I am walking in the dark and I just seen a shadow on the ground and it scared the shit out of me. Not to worry, it was just a leaf. Let me repeat this. Your thoughts, behaviors, and actions create specific effects that manifest and create your life as you know it. If you are not happy with the effects you have created, then you must change the cause that created them in the first place. Change your actions, and you can change your life. Transform your thoughts, and you will create a brand new destiny. Every effect has a specific and predictable cause, and every cause or action has a specific and predictable effect. So I wrote down a few examples, and I was talking about them, and then I actually stopped the recording and I redid it. And the reason why I did that is because what I was realizing is the stories that I was telling, or I wrote down, were not really about the law of cause and effect. I was talking about outside things, right? When you do this, this happens. When you do that, that happens. But the truth is, that's not what the law of cause and effect is about. The law of cause and effect, and all of these laws that I'm talking about, the 12 universal laws that govern our lives, which is all about energetic vibration, it's about working from the inside out. So we've all seen those downloadable blueprints on Facebook or Instagram. And this time of year, you'll see lots of ads with people saying 6 equal steps to making $1 million, or 5 simple solutions to get the body that you want, whatever. Someone sent me a meme this morning, or a picture of a magazine that they saw at the grocery store. And it said something about like how to lose 18 pounds in like 72 hours. And it said keto smoothies. And they're like, why does this happen? Because it gets people where they want. It gets that vulnerability. It gets that fear. It gets that guilt, right? People buy into the guilt and the lack mindset. But when you think about the universal laws, they're not about lack. They're about abundance. And too often, right, I literally walk down those aisles and I see the magazines and I want to vomit and I want to puke, because the publicity that some of these people get to buy into the gossip and to fuel the fear and the lack mentality in motherhood and in women drives me insane. Because then you become perpetually trapped in this cycle and you can't get out of it. So again, that's what my intention is for, of course, this podcast, but also the 12 days of mothering, is to rethink how you're showing up this holiday season and in your life. So the law of cause and effect is about energy. So if you put high frequency foods in your body, example, leafy greens, clean food, you're going to feel, the effect of that is you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel light. You're going to feel awesome. If you put shitty foods in your body and you're like, oh, I feel so heavy, I'm so bloated, your vibration is going to be low, right? The cause and the effect. And so when they talk about, let me reread it here. Your thoughts and behaviors and actions create specific effects that manifest and create your life as you know it. So you have to start thinking about, behaviors, that's different, right? Someone is complaining, I don't like this in my life. Well, what have you done to actually change that? Cause and effect. My children don't listen to me. Well, what have you done to actually listen to your children? Cause and effect. You listen to your children, they will listen to you. You respect your children, they will respect you. cause and effect, cause and effect. But what people buy into is the marketing of it. If I go from the outside of myself and I buy into this other strategy, well, if I just say it this way or if I say it that way, then my child will da-da-da-da-da. That's an outside source. You're trying to control somebody else. You're not trying to control yourself. So again, these 12 universal laws are about you. They're not about anyone else. So let me repeat. Your thoughts, behaviors, and actions create specific effects that manifest and create your life as you know it. If you are not happy with the effects you have created, then you must change the cause that created them in the first place. I know, I'm always getting you thinking. If there's something in your life that you're not happy with, the effect, a relationship. Newsflash, parenting is simply a relationship. You're not here to control your children. You're not here to have perceived power over them. You are not here to dictate who they become in their future. You are simply here to guide them and to be their life coach and to give them the best advice possible. But just because you have this illusion in your mind, these thoughts of who they need to become, the effects might not be in your favor because your thoughts are not in alignment with who they truly are. You want your child to do one thing in their education, and yet their heart wants to be somewhere else. So your cause is to push your child into doing something that they don't want to do, and the effect is a disconnect. The effect is frustration. The effect is a miserable child who acts out. And then you rebel. And you say, no, you're going to do it this way. You're going to do it my way. Cause and effect. So when I think about this law, I do inventory of my life because I just want to give you a big news flash, everyone. I am not perfect. So if you've been putting me on a pedestal, please don't. I'm growing just as you are. We all might just be a few steps ahead of everybody else, but we're all human, even Oprah. We all got shit to work on. So when I consider this law, the law of cause and effect, I think, what effects in my life am I not happy with right now? What effects do I want to change? What effects do I want to improve on? And what caused me to get there? What caused me to feel that way? What caused me to manifest that effect? So think about it. What are the effects in your life? Marriage, money, time, energy, career, purpose, mental health, physical health, parenting. Pick the effects in your life. What caused you to create that? Now, this law also doesn't tell you this, but as a side note, you have to take radical responsibility for your life. No one else is going to do the work for you. I can have mentors. I can have people around me. I can have my community of people that I go to, my board of advisors, my team. But I am responsible for my own success. Meaning if I'm not seeing a result in my personal life, in my professional life, in any relationship, I have to take ownership of it and say, what part of this am I not owning up to? And then I need to empower those around me to do the same. But I can't do the work for them. I can only do the work for me. And I also cannot take ownership for their behavior. And this is a big one in parenting. If the effect is that my child is really struggling in school, if the effect is that my child is really struggling with his or her anger, am I the cause of that? Maybe. I'll take ownership for my part in it. But I cannot take ownership for the cause and effect for my child. This has been the biggest game changer in my personal life with parenting. When I let my children fail and own up to their own behaviors, hey, you threw that vase across the room. Now you're buying it. I'm not. I'm not going to clean up your mess. You can clean it up. That's your cause and effect. Those are the actions that you've taken. That's the natural consequence. Look at it. That's their behavior. Cause and effect. So, to recap, the universal law of cause and effect dictates, I don't know why I keep saying dictates. It states that every effect, there is a definite cause. Likewise, for every cause, there is a definite effect. Your thoughts, behaviors, and actions create specific effects that manifest and create your life as you know it. If you are not happy with the effects that you've created, then you must change the cause that created them in the first place. I also want to reiterate that the cause does not reiterate that the cause is nothing outside of you. So some people might think, well, the reason why I do this is because growing up, my mom did this or my dad did this. That's you playing the victim. You could have had a horrific childhood. What are you going to do about it now? So you may have to release some old trauma or some old patterns, and you can definitely hire a professional to do that, but you got to do the work. And the cause and effect of that is when you're taking action to heal some trauma, the effect is you won't be so triggered. Do you understand now? Radical responsibility, your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors lead to what manifests in your life. All right, guys, thank you so much. Day 5, 12 days of mothering. Talk tomorrow.